definitely scraped on the way back down, even though we came in on an angle this time.
It was less than last time.
It was, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I was waiting for it. We made it safely across the Jardine River ferry and we have arrived back at the entrance to Fruitbat Falls, which is the start of the old telegraph track in the northern section. I always get that wrong. Unfortunately, the spot where we camped last time is absolutely packed out. There's 5 caravans in there and there's not room for anything else. So we're actually bringing the van all the way into Fruitbat Falls to leave it here. There is trailer parking and you can, it's accessible for a caravan as well. Yeah, so we're going to safely unhitch here, lock it all up, and then we're going to head into Elliot Falls and Twin Falls and the Saucepan for an adventure. Okay, we've unhitched the van. This is one of the pullover areas, parking spots as you leave Fruitbat Falls, so it's on the way out. It is all one way in here as well. There is proper trailer parking, but this is just easier for us. It's less slopey and just seems a little less risky to leave the van here. So we've got the lock for the pin hitch, and we're going to put the alarm on as well. That's pretty much all we do, and just make sure everything is closed up. Yep.
Thank you.
Mum, 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 mum.
Oh. Play.
Play.
Oh.
Are you showing off?
On.
A little bit.
Oh. One. A.
So the downside of having to unhitch here and go into Elliot Falls, Twin Falls, the Saucepan from this point, it's 8 k's on the next part of the OTT, Old Telegraph Track, but we can't camp here at Fruitbat Falls, so we're going to have to come back, hitch up again, and then because the camping spot that we wanted to stay at is chockers full, unless they clear out, we have to hitch up again and then move on down the road somewhere. The downside is that we know that this next part of the road is the most terrible part of the PDR that we've been on yet. Fingers crossed it's been graded in what, the 5 days since we were here last, but I don't really like our chances. So we've eyeballed off a gravel pit, which is hopefully before that crappy section, so we might stay there tonight. Yep, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon. We're going to let the tyres down even more for that really bad section and then just really go slow, like 10-20 k's an hour, just rolling over those corrugations. They're more like whoops actually. about 8 or 9 k's from the turnoff into Fruitbat and the start of the northern part of the OTT into Elliot Falls. Liam's fallen asleep in the car, so we've arrived here. So I'm just going to go for a walk and explore, probably a swim, and then when he wakes up, we'll all come down for an explore. Absolutely glorious. So this is the top part of Elliot Falls, and I think this is the spot they call the Saucepan. It looks like a really good swimming area. I'm not sure where you get into the water, so I'll go and find that later. So I've walked onto the top of the falls at Elliot and then just along the creek. So Elliot Falls and Twin Falls are actually two separate river systems, and this is the spot where they join. Really cool little area. So you can definitely get in easily at Twin Falls, so there's good access there, and that's probably where we'll take Liam for a swim. You can also swim it on top of Elliot Falls. There's a really good swimming hole, like a rock hole. You just got to be careful of the current that's taking you across the top of the falls. As typical, it's just started raining again. And swimming at Elliot Falls would definitely be more of a challenge, basically because it is quite a heavy flow into the bottom of the falls there. And on top of that, it's really deep looking, and you can't really get in and out really easily. So definitely more suited for adults and older kids who are confident swimmers. Really pretty little spot. So this is a little swimming hole that I could probably bring Liam in at the top of Elliot Falls here. Yeah, glorious little area. I might jump in here. Yay! Good boy! Okay, ready?
Gonna go for a jump?
Yep, this is one on my list.
Hey Liam, is that good? Good?
So we've ended up here this afternoon. We rolled in here, would have been about between 2:30 and 3 o'clock, and we decided to call it a day. It's just a gravel pit off of the OTT. That's the southern section of the OTT. So it's between that end of the OTT and Fruitbat Falls before the next section starts. It's a pretty good spot, lots of open space. We're the only ones here, and we've sort of tucked ourselves in right at the back because the wind is still really terrible. So there's a bit of dust, and this gravel pit is actually being used, which we don't mind because these guys here are grading the road. So the other side of the road, on the other side of this track here, is where the big trucks are coming in, picking up dirt, and there's an excavator, and they're quite busy over there. So I took Liam over to see the trucks, which was cool, and the digger, and they all gave him a big toot, which was nice. The dogs have been for a run. We've been out playing ball, just chilling out. We're having, we call them not so naughty nachos for dinner because it's just leftover spaghetti mince with salad and some corn chips. So it's like the healthier version of nachos. So yeah, so I'm going to whip them up shortly, but everyone's just chilling out. It's nice. Who's that red cluster boy? So Curie's on the bed because Liam was terrorising her, and somehow you're still on the bed. Yes, mate.
What?
Yeah, you're watching videos of you
As a baby.
as a baby. Alright, I'm going to start cooking dinner. What have you got? Yummy nachos too? Is good? Wow, good job. Really early start for us today. It is after, we think we left about 7:30 from the gravel pit, and we've come into some luck. So they've actually just graded that really terrible piece of road that we had. We didn't have any issues with it, but it was really bad. So having a bit of a smooth run this morning, which is actually really nice.
Yeah, we're able to sit on like 60, 70 k's for most of it. It's just a little bit more narrow, a little bit windier this section, so I'm just slowing down.
Yeah, and it's a bit hilly through here, and there's a good look out at the top of this hill, I think. But yeah, can't believe our luck. We did hear when we were in Bamaga that they grade right before school holidays, like they do the whole road, and school holidays starts this Friday coming. So yeah, I think it's a good time to come up right before school holidays. They're just grading. We'll see how the rest of the road goes. Alright, never mind. We found the really bad bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Some of these corrugations just defy physics. They're so big and they're rock hard. I don't get it.
Yeah, they're not good. Really not good. This bit's not too bad. I wonder if we're past it now. It was only, what, a K or so?
Yeah, maybe 2.
Maybe 2 Ks.
It's still not great right now, but it is a lot better.
Better, yeah. It felt like a lot longer than 2 Ks. This is a bit of a bad patch. So you can see that the corrugations are quite far apart. I'm just shutting the grey water, which we forgot to do. So we try and shut it on the road to keep the dust out of the line. But yeah, this is a relatively bad patch. We're driving on the wrong side of the road to get away from it. But they're so far apart.
Well, the weather's changed a little bit. It's still windy, but it's very overcast, and we had heaps of rain last night. It hasn't rained yet today, but yeah, it definitely looks like it will. Look, I don't know if you can see the clouds behind me, if the GoPro will focus on that. Liam, how about we stay outside and stretch your legs? You don't need to go inside. But nothing to report inside. We're all still travelling really well, even though we had that really rough section just then. Hopefully it's smooth sailing till it leads Bramwell. We know there's a bit of crappy section after Bramwell as well. Yeah, we did checks this morning, didn't we? All good?
Car.
Yeah, we checked the car, didn't we?
Yep.
Can you see the trucks?
Here we are back at Archer River. The dogs have had a wicked play with the ball, and they've been down for a swim, and we're so lucky that we jagged this spot actually. Liam's down playing in the creek, which is only just slightly flowing in this section, but it's flowing over the other side. So we're going to stay here for a couple of nights. Just put our feet up and just embrace being stationary. What do you reckon, my love?
Yeah, we'll enjoy a day off from driving somewhere nice where the dogs and Liam have somewhere to run and play.
Yeah.
You don't have to do much.
No. Water's nice and clear. The drinks are cold, and we're going to get the barbecue out for dinner.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's your coffee?
It's really good. Got some of our neighbours here, Pursuit Expedition.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they made us a coffee with an espresso this morning, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty spoiled today.
Yeah, very spoiled.
Liam and the dogs are already in the water. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. It's nice and quiet except for the occasional car that drives fast.
And that.
Yes. You splashing? You happy, puppers? Hey, what's going on down here? Yeah, there is a swing, isn't there? We were saying how full this must have to get to be able to use this as a rope swing, because it's pretty dry now. When we came through only a week and a half ago, this was quite full, and the main river is, which is only a couple hundred meters in that direction. But yeah, this is a lot drier now. It's just a trickle through here. It's still beautiful. Nice to just wake up and not have to do anything today. Don't have to go anywhere. Just chilling out. Liam's playing in the water. The dogs are playing. Marvellous. That's what we wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, we needed this.
Need some more of this, I think. Good splashing. Wow.
One.
That was a big one.
One.
Yeah.
And more? Go.
Go on then.
You said come to mama. Oh, splash up my back. Hey. Not coming, Elliot. Oh, big truck. Alright, here we go, our last day on Cape York. We've just left Jardine River. We just topped up a bit of fuel, just put about 50 litres in, because we'll get down to Lake Lands easy enough on that. We're back on the dirt. We know there's a good chunk of dirt still, and some of it was pretty rough on the way up. But once we get 60 k's north of Laura, it's bitumen, so we'll be pumping up the tyres and just punching it straight past Laura. So yeah, pretty keen. We're struggling a little bit. Man woke up very early and the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. But it looks like they've graded this road through this part at least anyway, so it should be a nice start to the day. Let's get out of here. We've had our fun. Time to get back to civilization now. down on the dirt. Finally back on the bitumen full time now. We're about 60 k's north of Laura. I'm just pumping the tyres back up to highway pressures. We're just giving everything a quick once over, but everything looks good so far. Punch out another hour or so's worth of driving down to maybe Lakelands and then call it a day, I think. But we're done. Cape York, done and dusted.
So, massive drive today. We came from Jardine River this morning and we finished the PDR. That's so tough, that one. And we have decided to stay the night at Palmer River Roadhouse. So that is between Lakelands and Mount Carbine. So we weren't intending to stay here tonight. We wanted to stay in Lakelands, but we wanted to stay at the pub and they don't do meals on Monday nights. So we've ended up here and it's actually a beautiful roadhouse, a bit of an oasis. They've got green grass, they've got chairs and tables, they've got powered and watered sites that are grassy, and there's concrete pads, and there's also unpowered that's on grass, which is lovely. So we've opted for power for tonight. There's no Telstra here, but it's still a good little spot. I wanted to show you the result of being off-grid and off-road for 2.5 weeks. The van's a bit of a mess, to be honest. Like, there's dust everywhere, it's dirty, the floor is pretty much red. The washing basket's full. Mark and I are exhausted. And the table, well, it didn't fall off, but we noticed on one of our last stops that the metal had started cracking, Mark said, so he just took it off to be safe, so not to cause a hazard if it did fall off. But now that I'm looking at it, oh yeah, I see. So just here, in this bit here, so this is the bit that goes onto the pole, the table's upside down, and it's sort of cracked across the edge here. So we're probably gonna just buy a new table from Bunnings, make our own one. We'll sort that out over the next couple of weeks. But check out the floor. It is filthy, and that's with me sweeping every day and giving it at least 3 or 4 hot water wipes and scrubs, so the dirt gets in. Oh, the couch. So highly recommend when you're buying a van, get a leather couch or something that you can wipe, like vinyl, I don't know. Don't get fabric. We knew this when we left, but we didn't have time, and now it's pretty much red. I have cleaned this once in Darwin and it came up really well. So I'll do it again over the next few weeks, but check out how red the couch is. And that's just from Liam's little feet. So Mark and I rarely sit on it unless we're eating with Liam. But that's his play space. Bathroom looks pretty good actually. It's just, we've been scrubbing it, but there's like red stains from the dirt everywhere. Like dust up the top of the bunk here. Yeah, so everything's just a bit dusty, so we've got a bit of cleaning to do, and we'll probably do that over the next week or so. We're going to park somewhere, not sure, near Port Douglas I think. Just take it easy. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to make this habitable, and then I'm going to go, I think we're going to go over to the pub for dinner. Yep.
Wanna come have some dinner? We'll get you some nuggets. We'll get you some nuggets.
No touching. Oh, you want to eat the olive? Is it good? Yeah, Mum have it. Mum will eat it. Yeah, Dad doesn't like olives.